So if you're having problems with your machine, you're holding your trigger and the wire feed's not happening and the gas is not happening, one easy way to verify if the issue is happening in the machine or if it's happening in the gun itself is to just remove the gun from the machine. I'm just going to do that by unscrewing this and removing the Euro connect here. And then when you look in this Euro connect, you're going to have a couple different holes. One, this big bottom one here says where the wire is going to come out. This medium-sized one here is where your gas is coming out. And these two here with the insulator and the little metal piece inside here are connectors to be able to tell when you hold your trigger down. So one thing that you can do is if you jumper these two pins here, it'll act like the trigger's been pulled and it will pump gas and also pump wire as long as the machine is functioning correctly. To do this, real easy, just take a piece of welding wire and bend it in half so it connects so it's all one piece. This is not going to electrocute you, I promise. So all you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to connect these two pieces of metal here. And when that happens, what you're going to see is it's going to start feeding wire. The wire will come out like this. The machine goes into cycle and everything. So that's telling me this machine is totally working properly. So if you're still having the same issue, what you can look at now is in your trigger. So to get to your trigger, you're going to have your MIG gun here. It has a swirl that you take off and slide down your machine, your gun. So you're going to turn it and then pull it off. And then the back part of this gun just kind of lifts up and out. And then the bottom half pulls away from the triggers or from the machine as well. And then you have your trigger assembly down here. When you're looking at your trigger assembly, a couple things you want to make sure it's connected in there correctly. So this one had come loose. So you're just going to slide this back into this little socket here and make sure it's in there real nice. And then you're going to start looking at the connectors between the trigger and this little circle that it's going to connect those triggers, and that's when it knows it's been clicked. What we see happen sometimes on these triggers is if you tend to feather your trigger and not fully push down on it, it will cause little arc marks to happen. And if that arc mark is happening directly over a contact point of the trigger will not read that you're pulling it. You can do a couple things. One is you can take like a little wire brush and scratch those arc marks off, or you can just kind of twist this little circle to get to a point where those black marks are not in the same place that they contact with the trigger.